Okay, glad that's fine. Just adjusting a little filter on the microphone. There we go.
Starting group then for this one, it's going to be a very interesting battle. There is the green Mohammed Ibrahim inside Sanjay on the front, Mohammed Kuzi inside Saran, Raja Kumar on a poor qualifying inside Frisbee, starting back there in 6th place, Oshan Company and Raghav with Raja, they can top 8 around this place, the Warrior, Samuel, Menaranda, Mohammed Dodi and Kojin, Vijay Raj, and making up 16 as we get ourselves underway. The race here looking on forward here. Number 18 on this start, and that is, of course, going to be a pretty good jump from Sai and Sanjay. Mohammed Ibrahim, though, has got the whole shot in with number one time. Ibrahim, that way corner, loses it trying to gather the car back up on circuit. Guy Brinsby though in 6th, trying to get through 6th position right now on the right track. This is the prime place to get it done. Onto that racing race, down into the corner and down the inside. That is the black now. Guy Brinsby, there's a chance to come back. Black train, right, locked up, goes wide. Together, catches on replay, can see gets right up underneath, jams on the brakes, locks the inside front, and builds all momentum moving through to Brookwood's corner, but able to keep this race going the way that he would want to right now. Cy Brinsby knows he needs to stuff back. Saran is making mistakes, and those behind Godia now is going to be assisting Dutch Makara coaching, who's going to go to the inside here to try and pick up this move. Right now, Guderaj is not close enough to really capitalize. And on the inside, what can Dini and Godia do to defend on the outside? Hard to the pit wall, and Brinsby will have to go the long way round to make this one happen. Brilliant.
Hello and welcome everyone to round 7 of the Indian eRacing Championship presented by Mumbai Falcons. My name is Edward Hunter and I'm going to be commentating on all the racing action today. But who are the Mumbai Falcons, you may very well ask? Well, Mumbai Falcons Racing Limited are an Indian brand passionate about promoting motorsport in India. But that's not all. They are undertaking several initiatives to innovate and positively impact the entire motorsports ecosystem and its related facilities. Our overall vision is to develop supporting projects which impact motorsport and the next generation of automotive developments in a positive way, of course. So those are big promises there from Mumbai Falcons. We can't wait to see those come to fruition. Another one of our sponsors, by the way, is Volkswagen India, of course. And Volkswagen Motorsport aim to provide a platform for young drivers to begin professional racing and display their skills on a national level. Since then, they have produced many race drivers who progressed to race internationally. So that's obviously talking about Volkswagen Motorsport's role in India. Anyway, we're just looking at qualifying for the junior race at the moment. We're watching Siddharth Shell working his way around the Yokohama. Yeah, it's the I always get mixed up between the tyre manufacturer Yokohama and Okayama, which is where we're racing today, which obviously used to be the T1 circuit in still in Aida, of course, in Japan. Held the Pacific Grand Prix during the 90s on 2 occasions. Has 11 corners. It's very interesting because the first sector is very fast and flowing, and then you get the final sector, which is a bit more technical and tricky. We're watching Avinash Gupta on just starting off a qualifying run, going through into turn 2, named after the Williams Formula 1 team, of course, Sir Frank Williams. And now he's going to the hairpin, which is named after, he's just gone through the Moss S, which was turn 3, and turn 4 is the Atwood curve, we've seen him going through now, named after the Norm's legend Richard Atwood. And he's going down the back straight towards the hairpin, which is imaginative just named hairpin, turn 5. This is going to be a good overtaking spot in the race, of course. These Formula 3 cars, the little nippy Volkswagen engine in the back. As you can see them do some very high speeds down the straight. Here he goes into turn 6, Revolver. I'm not sure how it's named out. I think we made the name after a Beatles album or something. And here we go. He goes into Piper corner, named after, of course, David Piper, another Le Mans legend and one-time Formula 1 driver. Here he goes into turns 8 and 9, named after Brian Redmond and David Hobbs. And now he goes into turn 10, Mike Knight corner, very high speed, and then the final corner, again, imaginatively just named last corner, as Avinash completes the lap. Let's see where it puts him in the time. He's second at the moment, 124.1, so he remains second. And yeah, so with half of our qualifying session elapsed, I think now may very well be a good time to cut to a 30-second ad break. So we're going to see that now. welcome back to Okayama. And the qualifying session still underway with 4 minutes remaining. We're looking at Veer Chef, currently running with the third fastest time in the session, which will put him third on the grid, of course, making his way through the first sector, the final sector rather. He's concluding the lap. He's just gone through Piper Corner and he's going towards Redmond, which is turn 8. It's a very tight line there, but Chef seems to have it all under control at the moment. This could be a decent lap. Of course, still a couple of drivers in the session who haven't set lap times, as we see at the bottom of the screen. But Chef goes through the last corner. Oh, as wide as you like, but just about keeps the two wheels on track, so the lap should count. He's 5th at the moment. Veer Chef sets a 1:30.9, which keeps him in 5th. So, yeah, still a bit of work to do. There's Amitesh Rao, who's just been dropped down to 3rd. Another driver has gone faster in the session. He's got a little bit of traffic here, so I don't think this is going to be a push lap from Amitesh Rao. So he's still got time for another run, of course, in the number 7 car. There we go. We're just looking at the timing screen on the left. You see that Rai has set the fastest lap, just under 2/10 faster than Gupta. It's Rao in 3rd, Ear in 4th, Chef, as we saw earlier, in 5th, and Nagesh in 6th, Adak 7th, Rajan 8th, Patel 9th, Kapani in 10th, and Snell in 11th and last at the moment, 11 seconds off the pace. So I think Snell yet to set his flying laps. We see Aya really getting the apex, doing quite well there. 4th at the moment for Aya, just finishing the lap here. This could be a quick one, as we see him going through last corner. A little bit conservative, actually doesn't take very much curve on the exit. He goes towards the timing light. It's going to be a 1:23.7, so still a little bit off the pace actually here. I believe at Okayama you're going to want a lap time of about, here we go, this is Rai on another fast one, and it's going to be 1:22 I think. Yeah, here we go. 1:23.1, so he doesn't quite beat his best lap from earlier, but looking good for Ritesh Rai at the present moment. So of course we have at the Indian eRacing Championship we do have a little prize giving competition going on at the moment, which you can get involved in if you are so inclined. And we have a couple of questions which we're going to pepper throughout the broadcast. We'll give you the first one now. And the first question is, in which year did Volkswagen India start their motorsport division in the country? So if you can give us that, then you'll be on your way to winning our special prize. I can't remember what the prize is, but as soon as I find out what it is, I'll let you know. But anyway, we still got a minute left in qualifying, so Ritesh Rai is just completing. We will have time for another lap after this one, but the time really running out in this session now. So it's very important not to mess up at this crucial stage with no more. You're not really going to get many more attempts after this. So Ritesh Rai comes in through the last corner. Takes much more curve this time than we saw some of the other drivers taking. He goes towards the timing line. Is this going to be faster? It is. It is a little bit faster. 1:23.169, but only 0.17 ahead faster than Chef, who's moved up to 2nd from 5th while I was doing the question. And Ritesh Rai spins, so he's not going to get another attempt there. That's qualifying over for him. He's going to hope that 1:23.1 is going to be enough for pole position. I have to see his Veer Chef on his run. He's just started his final lap, so this is going to have to be a good one, as we see him going down the straight towards turn 5, the turn 5 hairpin, I believe. Or is that? Yeah, I think this is the turn 5 hairpin. There we go. Going into turn 6 revolver. It's all very neat and tidy so far. Of course, these junior drivers not quite as experienced as the pro drivers we'll be seeing later in the day in their race at the Charlotte Motor Speedway Roval layout. We saw them racing on yesterday. There's the other drivers who seem to have called it called the session a day. There's Debjit Adak, just finishing his lap. Is it going to put him higher than 6th position? No, it will not. So he remains there in mid-grid. Very tight margins. Aya is actually less than 6 thousandths of a second behind Gupta. So just missing out on third place there. So that could be very. We see a bit of drama behind Snell actually. But Siddharth now able to carry on his way. There's Tej Patel, currently in 10th position because he's just been beaten in the order by someone else. As we see another driver getting out of the way, very helpfully for Tej Patel, so he can finish his lap. Chef is actually, that's what I missed there. Chef has actually taken pole position now in that final run, so it did look like a very clean lap, and he put it all together. So Veer Chef is, it looks like, unless someone else has got a blinder that they're keeping from us, Veer Chef has done enough to start from pole position from Rai. It's a very small margin that he's taken it by as well, as we see Tej Patel just finishing his lap. Going through the final sector now. This is Atwood he's just going through. Bobs. And Mike Knight corner. All very neat and tidy. He clips the curb there, but not too much harm done. I'm not sure this is going to, how far up this is going to get Tej Patel. He doesn't take much curb at the lowest corner either. 123, 24, I think. Oh, it's going to be a 25-1, so it doesn't move him up past 10 because you see a car stranded after the first corner there, but the session is almost over in a few seconds, so yeah, it looks like qualifying has ended with Veer Chef in pole position from Rai, Gupta, Iyer, Rajan, Rao, Adak, and Nagesh. That is going to be your top 7. So the organisers are now going to set up the grid. But this seems like a prime opportunity to cut to another ad break now that qualifying is over. So here's a message from one of our sponsors. So there we go, another look at the grid there. So thanks for watching the ad, by the way. So just to reiterate, the Veer Chef starts from on pole position from Ritesh Rai in second, very narrowly missing out Ritesh Rai, so he'll be a bit annoyed that Chef pipped him right at the post. Avinash Gupta will start third, again a narrow margin between himself and Aditya Iyer, just 0.06 of a second behind in fourth. Prasanna Rajan is fifth, Amitesh Rao is sixth, Debjit Adak in seventh, and Dushyant Nagesh will start 8th. So is this just the warm-up lap, or is this the race beginning? It is the race beginning, I think, as we see Seth just holding it on the inside, I think. And Rao is on the outside, so she's holding on. The third place has spun. Oh, and someone's hit him, and someone's gone flying in the background of the juniors, causing chaos already in the Indian eRacing Championship. And of course, anyone who's hit damage here will be able to go back to the pits, but as we see the timing at the bottom, Chef has maintained the lead from Rai, Gupta is still in third, and Iyer in fifth there. Okay, I'm a little bit confused by the timing there. I think that's the numbers. But yeah, we're looking at Chef is actually running in second there, so Rao did get past him. He has a look at the inside at the hairpin. Chef not quite able to get past. So yeah, sorry, I was very taken by surprise by how quickly the race got going there. Chef will be very annoyed, having done all the way to put that qualifying lap at the end. Oh, he goes very wide out of Revolver. And third place driver there. I forget who that is, but we look at Rai streaking away in the yellow rear rim Formula 3 car. It's Iyer who was held up there by yeah, it's going to be VSF, sorry, not Vitesh. So it's really going to be a battle for second at the moment, looking at how this race is developing. But a dramatic start. We see the top 10 seems still to be all quite bunched together, apart from the leader. So we could see a few moves here at Yokohama. Like we said, the hairpin is... Oh, there we go! That's Seth going off track there. So really just got his braking right. It's a horrible first lap, really. We're looking at a replay of it now. Mid-corner, he just loses the rear end and drifts into oblivion. and hopefully he's thankfully able to get going again in 8th, but a real setback for VSF. He's going to have to pull out all the stops here as Prasanna Rajan also having a moment. Oh, he's been hit in the side by the 7th place driver. I'm not sure, I didn't quite catch who that was, but yeah, Rajan sort of turned in and bounced off him. Meanwhile, Rai really just streaking away at the moment. It's all gone to plan for him, as it looked to be doing for most of that qualifying session, it must be said. We're gonna, in a little bit later in the race, we're going to see a prediction from VSF, but having seen him gone down the order, now might not be the best time to cut to that. So we will see how the race develops. There's Kampani, he's running in 7th, so it might have been him that made contact earlier. Doesn't seem to have taken too much damage and is able to continue. I'm surprised, apart from massive collisions on the first lap and Seth going into the gravel a little bit, it's actually been cleaner than I was expecting. So, but anyway, VSF has got back up to 6th actually in all that little bit of chaos that we saw. So he's just closing on 5th place, which is occupied by, I believe who's in 5th, as we see a lap car making way. Goes through the Moss S's, named after, of course, the late great Sterling Moss. Into the hairpin, and the driver ahead goes very wide, and Seth is through into 5th. Seth making good progress there. That was Adak, I think, who just parted like the Red Sea there when he saw Seth in the mirrors, and Seth is going for 4th as well against number 44. Oh no, Seth is number 44. It's Stell just ahead, so actually it may have been somebody else. I may not have been Adak, but Sell in 4th has really got a big problem in the form of VSF really putting pressure on him now. VSF was, of course, showing much better pace in qualifying, has to be admitted. 5 minutes in now, with a couple of laps elapsed, but Rai really just pulling away up front. It looks like he's got things sewn up, unfortunately. Snell has got the car ahead, which is Adak. Yes, that was Adak. So it was Patel who we saw Seth battling with earlier there. So Snell looking for a way through into 3rd position here, but Adak not really letting him through. Nor should he, to be honest. Shahira Kapani in 7th, we're watching at the moment, a little bit lower down the field. Just going through the Atwood and enters the long back straight as we see Snell getting another run on Adak. Is he going to try and move into the hairpin, or he thinks better of that one? So Siddharth Snell just tucking in behind, trying to pick a better moment as he goes onto the grass there, into Revolver. That was a little bit frightening. But he just about collects himself together, dusts himself off, and continues onwards. As we see a car in the background going very wide out of the exit of Revolver. Revolver seems to be a corner that some of these drivers really are trying to take a little bit more speed than is perhaps advisable. Pretty solid so far. No more crashes since those first 2 laps. So the juniors behaving themselves now, which is good to see. As we see a move at the back. Between it's I think Seth actually trying to make a move up to 5th position. And we cut back to Kapani. Just getting a little wide out of the first corner, but nothing too dramatic. Kapani just going on his way. We get back to Snell in the battle for 3rd place, which is really the most interesting battle on the circuit, because while we're watching it. And now may be a good time to cut to our prediction from VSF as he recovers through the field. What does he think is going to happen in the rest of this race?
Hi, my name is Veer Sheth. I drive the 44 car in the IR Esports eRacing Junior Championship. My race prediction for today is hopefully me in 1st, Aditya in 2nd, and Amitesh or Ritesh in 3rd.
Well, thanks for that, Veer. So anyway, the race continues. Via still running in 5th, trying to close the gap to 4th and get involved in that battle for the final spot on the podium, really. But I found, of course, Ryan Ayer basically running road. Ayer only about a second behind Ryan, so still putting pressure on the leader. But it's Sel and Anak who are really having a bit of a ding-dong at the moment. And Sel really trailing Anak into the first corner. Trying to pick his moment as they approach Williams and Sterling Moss S just after this. And Snell is really going to have to dive up the inside of the hairpin. I think maybe his best opportunity with 12 minutes remaining. So he has got time to set this move up. It's a very good run here. Goes to the outside. Adak defends the inside. And moves back to the outside. So they're trying to keep the racing line here. What's Snell going to do under braking? Here we go. Snell, once again, isn't quite close enough alongside to force the issue. So good driving by Adak, actually. And the more he holds up Snell, of course, the more that allows VSF, who we just heard from a few moments ago, to close back in. This is Ayer, meanwhile, challenging for the race lead. So Rai, who was prancing away earlier, is now having to drive very defensively as Adita Ayer challenges for the lead. This is very impressive from Ayer, actually, who, let's be honest, was not that far behind in qualifying. As we see almost half the race elapsed now, so Ayer really challenging for the lead now in this second phase. Which of these two juniors is going to come on top? Is it going to be Rao or Ayer? Rao definitely feeling the pressure at the present moment. And Ayer closing up into Sterling Moss S. There's a big gap to Adak in third, of course. So Ayer can maybe try something adventurous here and not worry too much about losing a position from behind if it doesn't work out. As we see Adak. Oh, huge crash for Adak. And that's him out of third place, I believe. Lying upside down with the wheel off. He just lost the rear end and found himself upside down and in the barrier there. So Rai has dropped down to second, I think. So, oh no, that's a bit confusing. The timer screen seems to be a little all over the place, showing Anak leading, despite the fact that we saw him just crash out. But Ayer still challenging Rai for the lead, despite what the timing screen may say. Doing a fantastic job at the moment. Rai still holding him off though. As we move into the next lap, going through into the last corner. Both of them taking as much curb as they dare, but of course, having seen the third place man crash out, well, they may not necessarily know because it all happened behind them, of course, but that is definitely going to weigh heavily on all their minds as we see Rao really having to defend and take an awkward line there. Ayer really almost having to avoid crashing into the back of him. So Ayer definitely has got the pace to take the lead here. And it's just a case of picking his moment. There they go into Atwood. Runs with the long back straight. They approach the hairpin at turn 5. And he has a very good run here. Is he going to make the move? On Rai. Yeah, he's trying to switch back. He's trying to sell the dummy on Rai. But Ayer not quite able to execute the move there. But a good attempt. Definitely trying to play all sorts of mind games on Rai. Rai so far just about holding on. If we go back to Kapani, he was about to have a little moment there, but he's just about collected himself. But oh no, he hasn't actually. He's cut to Tej Patel, and Kapani has a little half spin, but he's able to keep going in sector 2. There we go. He just got a wheel on the grass. And once the rear wheels lose traction, it's just a matter of you're a bit of a passenger, kind of, and he just gets on the brakes and is able to avoid taking too much damage as Kapani goes very wide, letting someone else through. Ayer continuing, though, to put pressure on the leader, Rai. And Rai is really looking very vulnerable here. So Ayer, once again, is going to have to just make himself known in his mirrors. Rai will have to pull out all the stops if he wants to keep Ayer behind as they swerve all over the place in the Sterling Moss S. Going into the Atwood turn 4. what sort of run is Aya going to get on the back straight this time? As we see, is that not Seth, but the someone else whose name escapes me because he's still running in third at the moment. But Rye, he's only got to hold on for 7 more minutes. Snell, who's running in third. Sorry, all these driving names are very new to me. You can do a better job of learning them. He's a little bit wide out of Revolver, I think, but he's just able to hold on. Aya, meanwhile, this is a real big battle at the moment. Aya just could get through it anyway. Oh, he has a little moment. Loses the rear slightly, and that allows Rye a little bit of comfort for the time being. And we've just got 7 minutes left in the race. We did have another interview, which would now, because this battle with Aya and Rye is looking so intense, I think it might be a good time to go into our other interview with Dushyant N. We'll see what he has to say about himself. Let's get to know Dushyant N a little bit better.
My name is Dushyant.
Hi, my name is V8. I drive the 44 car.
Electronics engineering, and I've been a sim racer from the past 2 years, and and through sim racing, I look forward to participating in real races if that's a possibility. So I think sim racing is being sim racing is a path for people who didn't have a chance to be into motorsport at a very early age.
There we go. So interesting words from Dushyant there. Still running in the race in 11th position near the back, of course, but even if you finish, that's good experience to get under your belt. And I hope Dushyant's having a great time at the moment, as we see VSF having a huge off there. Once again, not for the first time in this race. He clutches the barrier. The front wing takes a bit of a wrecking there. But clumsy from Seth, must be said. So there's Adak, who's dropped down to 10th. And he finds himself beached in the gravel, making a few sandcastles there. He's not hitting his game plan. 5 laps left remaining. Ooh. But yes, I am still not quite able to get through. And with Rye having broken away, because I had a very, very minor mistake. That was all it really took for Rye to suddenly find himself feeling much more comfortable in his Volkswagen F3 machine. But yeah, Rye, the pressure could come back on again in the latter stages. I think that's a lapped car behind them, not third place. I know it is Schnell actually, so Schnell has been able to slowly reel both of them in, so we could really see a three-way battle in this last 5 laps of this junior race at Okayama. It was Rye holding on at the present moment. There's Tej Patel. He's had a very clean race actually, and is able to slowly work his way up into 4th position, which is pretty solid work from him, it must be said. The big battle is Rye, Aya, and Schnell, of course. There's Seth in 5th, trying to again climb his way back up. He might be able to have a go at Patel before this race is over. There's Kapani in 6th, slowly trucking along, doing a decent job. We've talked about him too much, but he's up on the road against a few times, and he's kept all 4 wheels on the tarmac, which is, of course, a very important prerequisite for a racing car. There's Rajan, who's had a little bit of a spin in the recent past. Here we go. He gets onto the curb, and the rear just goes. Just too much power. And he's just almost had to come to a drifting halt in the middle of the circuit, but he's got going again. Still running in 7th, of course. There's Rao down in 8th. We've not seen much of him at all, actually. But he seems to be doing alright. And there in 9th is Gupta, Avinash Gupta. Yeah, all these guys at the back seem to be a little bit too far away to challenge one another, unfortunately. So we're not going to see too much from them. There's a Dak, of course, having recovered from his off in the gravel. He's having a bit of pressure from behind from Dushyant Nagesh, who we were just hearing from not a few short moments ago. Now starting to show his mettle. Maybe he fancies finishing in the top 10 today. We'll see. Anyway, I think it'd be good to look at the battle for the lead and see how they're holding up at the front. Right, still keeping a healthy margin to Aya. And in fact, Schnell has made a mistake somewhere. He's dropped to 6 seconds behind. So it really is once again a two-horse battle between Rai and Aya. Not too many other close battles apart from Nagesh and Adak battling for 10th, of course. Rai has really just got to hold on for 3 more laps. Aya, he may be a little bit frustrated with that earlier very, very minor mistake. Maybe he thinks how much tyre life they both got, by the way. That's going to be crucial in terms of deciding the battle for the win. Gash. A little wide, very wide actually. Race into the back straight. It's not going to help him catch Adak for 10th at all. Makes himself up, doesn't lose too much time. He's on towards the hairpin. So, time really running out in this race. Looks like Rai only really has to just keep doing what he's been doing all race. He's not really put a foot wrong. So he has come under pressure, looked vulnerable. Hasn't really made any mistake for Aya to capitalise on. As Nagesh once again closes in on the ailing Adak. What a disappointment for Adak, who's doing so well earlier on. As we go towards last corner. Quite able to get on terms with that, and it seems to be collecting himself back up. 1.5 seconds, that's the gap Aya has to make up to Rai if he wants to win this one. The big question, can he do it? Aya locks up, he's pushing very hard clearly, and the tyres mostly taking a bit of punishment from, he was pushing them early in the race to keep up with the leader. Now Rai seems to have kept his tyres in good nick, and Aya not really able to get back on song with him. So it's going to take quite an extraordinary event for Aya to get into the lead. Who knows? 2 laps remaining, 1 after this one I believe. Maybe just approaching final lap here. As you see, Rai using as much curve as he likes, trying to keep his lead a healthy one. Maybe he crosses the line. I think we've still got 2 laps to go. And this is the final lap actually, in fact. So I'm mistaken there. And Rai kept the gap to just about a second. This is the pressure is not going to be any higher than it is right now. So he only has to keep going. And he'll be the winner of this junior race at Okayama. Go through Atwood. Onto the back straight. Just a hairpin. Sectors 2 and 3 left to go. Big frustration for Aya. So near yet so far. Just a second down. It may as well be a million miles for all the difference it makes. Right. Just making his way through. And this is the time to keep it all tidy and all together. No need to push for a fastest lap or anything like that. Makes his way through turns 8 and 9. Into Hobbs and into Mike Knight corner and into the last corner, and Ritesh Rai is going to cross the line and win the Okayama round of the Indian eRacing Championship Juniors class. There we go, goes towards the pit lane in celebration. A brilliant drive. Here's Siddharth Schnell. He's going to come home in 3rd behind Aya, who drove valiantly, did the best he could. Here's Tej Patel. He's going to hold on to 4th from Chef. And Patel, a very clean drive as well. He can feel satisfied with that, I think. He crosses the line and takes home the points for 4th. Chef some way down. Oh, here he is. Only just holding on from... is that Kapani behind him, or is that a lapped car? The Chef comes home 5th. Yeah, we did just hold on from Kapani, so another mistake from Chef there, I feel. Kapani will take 6th, narrowly missing out there. It's doing Rajan is going to come in with 7th. Rao will take 8th. He's just coming on through the last corner at the present moment, out of 9 corner and into the last corner. And Amitesh Rao will take 8th, which is a solid work for him. Gupta will take 9th, and Adak will take 10th. Then it's Nagesh. And then the 2 drivers that ran into incidents earlier, Abdi and Gahara, will take 13th and last. So only 8 drivers remain on the lead lap, but Rai, as you see, just holding on to the victory by half a second there. So it was a nail biter, but he held on. As we said, Siddharth Schnell 3rd, Tej Patel 4th, Virshev 5th, Shahura Kepami in 6th, Prasanna Rajan in 7th, Amitesh Rao in 8th, Avinash Gupta 9th, Debich Adak in 10th, Dushian Nagesh 11th, and Yadilla Abdi 12th, and Kahara 13th, as I mentioned. So that's your order for the junior race, and I hope you all enjoyed that. That was some brilliant action there. But now, of course, we take a very brief ad break, and we'll see you on the other side for the pro race.
They start right now. Great start from the number 10 at the front of the field, getting exactly what was wanted. Aditya, pulls away at the front. You can see them all fanning, looking for gaps as they go towards the brakes of turn 1. Very easy to get this one wrong, and someone's already gone in the background there, about mid-pack, and they start to fall into troubles in the middle to the lane. Someone's gone off there at turn 1 and is able to get it back together again. Oh my goodness me, Shanak Panchal has completely T-boned Siddharth Snell. Surely you have to call the safety car for a huge incident like that. Debjit Dart in 3rd position. He'll want to get as close as possible, but he runs wide into the gravel there on the exit of turn 3. Way too easy to do, and all of a sudden, around the outside goes Amitesh Rao, and into 3rd place then. Yes, that one. Just like that. Going there. That is Debjit Dart falling back into 9th position. Has completely missed his braking point, it seems, at turn 6, and has gone into the grass, trying to bring the back, catching that one to slow-mo, but now back out of, back onto circuit and away again. In fact, they go through, they're lucky oh no, there it is, bang, hard into the wall, both of them go, both of them out of the race, just like that. They got spooked by Dushan, rejoining onto the circuit. They both had to get in nice and close. There was a bit of contact side pod to front left tyre, and then ultimately trying to take the racing line wasn't clear. Yashkara and bang into the concrete wall hard. Kara, they go towards turn 5 and then turn 6. It looks like the is taking very narrow lines everywhere and defending every corner, make the car as wide as possible. Hold on from now to the end. Their chef doesn't mind that though. We'll look around, surely you feel to get this all working. There is traffic in front, who's in 10th position, but now on the brakes they go. It looks like he has done enough, but Chef's going to go up and under here. Trying to pick it off, no! Contact between them there, and they both go up and over. There, Chef will take the lead, just like that. The contact was there, you felt it was going to happen. He was trying to go up and under. It looked like he wanted to try and cover it off. No, he'd already lost it then, and an instant bystander was there, Chef. So Chef takes the race lead. Amitesh Rao now up in 2nd. The it looks like he's without the front wing, and it needs a great run, and he's found it. That was a mistake. Running wide, and Ritesh Rai through the day here for him. He has lost out the podium to one Prasanna Rajan, who has driven a wonderful race here at this moment. Final lap starts then for everybody right now. Go on through. They're definitely begging the truck to go through, and that's not ideal. Round goes Prasanna Rajan, who locks up the rears going on through. Suddenly trying to sneak away around. Is that one going to be another place lost here for Prasanna Rajan? The answer is no. That's a lap down. Avinash Gupta found 6 with your IERC Junior Championship is going to bear chef without any real worries at all. There is Amitesh Rao, 2nd position in this one. Ritesh Rai will take 3rd place. Come here at the wonderful Silverstone circuit here. It's a classic layout. Are we in for a classic race as it starts right now? Raghav Buddharaja got an absolutely storming start there off the front as everyone looks to funnel through. It's already too wide here in the middle as they go in towards Cox for the very first time, and it looks like they're all nicely and clean. That's Mohammed Ibrahim going to Narnia and back, I do believe that is. Then struggling to get it all sorted together. He gets it back, but that would have been a little bit of a scary moment off the start. They're still too wide to go on through. I think that's Prithvi gaining a place there, moving on through, and that's Gophadia slow. I do believe that is, and that's Prithvi off the circuit, so that's not exactly what's needed. Well, someone's off the circuit at least. Here going on through, and someone's been to the background. Bang! Very aggressive start down the hill, through bridge, side by side. Oh no! Oh no! 3 off. 3 straight off. Prithvi is one of them. And I believe the others who got caught in that were Narajan Kumar, Mr. Consistency, and I believe that's B. Cavan as well getting caught involved. So 3 drivers all running into troubles at the bridge, and a lot of drivers out already. Sai Sanjay, B. Cavan, both out, missing tyres. They'll be taking toes and getting themselves a chance to go back through. 1 lap already being anyway. Raghav Buddharaja leads this event, but Mohammed Ibrahim is going to be chasing. The gap is 4 seconds at the moment. At the front, oh no, this was Vijay Raj and someone upside down as well. This is the moment it happened. Goes around there at Luffield, trying to get the car going. Who has run into him at that moment in time? It didn't look good at all. I think it's Swaraj Yadav, it is, who has gone up and over the top of Vishwash Vijay Raj, just about joining cleanly, then through, and this is going to be awkward. There's contact. They go on through. Round goes Medarata, and he will take with him one Sai Saran, who was looking to be far too aggressive through Stowe Corner, and that was always going to end in an accident like that. The back unsettled, no grip left, and bang! Into the side, both Metarata and Saul across the straight, trying to work it out, but it won't matter for Mohammed Ibrahim. He's going the long way round trying to hold this. Has he got enough drive off of the exit? Oh, you bet he has. Mohammed Ibrahim around the outside of Raghav Buddharaja to take the race lead away, and that will be the moment where I doubt that he will be caught. Got a nose at the inside, and they'll have to go too wide through Gott. Oh, there's contact. He's bumped him off. Ryden Samravel off into the outskirts then of Gott's corner. Rejoins on circuit and the inside. Oh, that's brave. That was late and brave from Ryden Samravel, and he absolutely nails the move. He does run a little bit too deep though, and this is going to make things a little bit awkward, but the move is comfortably made here, averting for Mohammed Ibrahim. Every time he's won the race on Saturday, he's gone from 12th to win the race on Sunday. It's his 8th win of the season, and Mohammed Ibrahim is romping towards the title. Raghav Buddharaja will be happy. It will be 2nd position for him, and Amit Kuti can only manage 3rd. He got held up a lot by Karan Kolchik. On to the starting grid then for this one. It's going to be a very interesting battle. There is the great Mohammed Ibrahim and Sai Sanjay on the front. Amit Kuti and Sai Saran. Narajan Kumar on a 4 qualifying for Sai Prithvi. Just back there in 6th place. Ashok Gophadia and Raghav Buddharaja. They can the top 8 around this place. Warrior, Samuel, Medarata, Mohammed Gophadia, Kolchik, Vijay Raj, and making up 16 as we get ourselves underway. The racing is looking on forward here with number 18 off this start, and that is, of course, going to be a pretty good jump from Sai and Sanjay. Mohammed Ibrahim, though, has got the whole shot in with number 1 time. Ibrahim, that's where he wants to be, that's the one to see. Sanjay there in 2nd position. Wide goes the ball, back up again. Under pressure down here for 3rd place. Goes down the long and straight in. Fights it out for 6th place as well. Down inside of Gophadia. Make sure that he's in 5th position right now. Gophadia goes off the circuit. Someone's gone far off the circuit. Got a big bit of contact in the background there. Who on earth was that around himself? A whole heap of trouble. Someone's going straight to that Karan Kolchik. I think it was right Samaravel. 6th in the end. Went off. Spinner in the background as well. As that is both Raghav Buddharaja and the Warrior. And it's off as well. At the back of the pack. So Buddharaja loses it trying to gather the car back up on circuit. Sai Prithvi though in 6th. Trying to get through 5th position right now. right now. Side Frisbee knows he needs to stuff back. Saran is making mistakes. And goes behind Gonia now, who's going to be assisting stuff for Kara Kocic, who's going to go to the inside here to try and pick up this move. Raghav Gudaraj not frozen up free, lateralized, and on the inside, what can Dini and Gonia do? Defend on the outside, hard to the pit wall, and Frisbee will have to go the long way round to make this one happen. Brilliant defense there by Saeed Saran, using the road, taking the line away from Saeed Frisbee, and ultimately choking him out of the position effectively. And now Narajan Kumar wants this, he's not going to give up on a fourth position either. So this battle will go on through. This one, and Ibrahim won't mind, he's going to pick up the race victory here, and get his 7th of the season. It's going to be Sunday, Rolls-Royce Lucy, second and third. They start right now. Great start from the number 10 at the front of the field, getting exactly what was wanted. A DJ, pulls away at the front. You can see them all fanning, looking for gaps as they go towards the brakes of turn 1. Very easy to get this one wrong, and someone's already gone in the background there, about mid-pack, and they start to fall into troubles in the middle to the lane. Someone's gone off there at turn 1 and is able to get it back together again. Oh my goodness me. Janak Manchal has completely T-boned Sidaf. Now surely you have to call the safety car for a huge incident like that. Redemption start in 3rd position. He'll want to get as close as possible, but he runs wide into the gravel there on the exit of turn 3. Way too easy to do, and all of a sudden, around the outside goes Amatesh Rao, and into 3rd place then. Getting that one just like that. Going there. That is Devjit Adak falling back into 9th position. Has completely missed his braking point, it seems, at turn 6, and has gone into the grass, trying to bring him back. We're catching that on slow-mo, but now back out of, back on the circuit and away again. In fact, they go through. They're lucky they. Oh no, there it is. Bang! Hard into the wall. Both of them go. Both of them out of the race. Just like that, they got spooked by Dushan rejoining onto the circuit. They both had to get in nice and close. There was a bit of contact side pod to front left tyre, and then ultimately trying to take the racing line wasn't clear. Yash Kara and bang into the conference wall hard. Kara, they go towards turn 5 and then turn 6. It looks like he's taking very narrow lines everywhere and defending every corner, make the car as wide as possible. Hold on from now to the end. Bearchat doesn't mind that though. We'll look around, surely you feel to get this all working. There is traffic in front, who's in 10th position, but now on the brakes they go. It looks like has done enough, but Chef's going to go up and under here. Trying to pick it up, no! Contact between the pair, and they both go up and over. Bear Chef will take the lead, just like that. The contact was there, you felt it was going to happen. He was trying to go up and under. It looked like wanted to try and cover it off. No, he'd already lost it then, and an innocent bystander was Bear Chef. So Chef takes the race lead. Amatesh Rao now up in 2nd. The it looks like he's without the front wing, and he's a great run, and he's found it. That was a mistake. Running wide and retest try through the day here for him. He has lost out the podium to one Prasanna Rajan, who has driven a wonderful race here at this moment. Final lap starts then for everybody right now. Go on through. They're definitely begging the truck to go through, and that's not ideal. Round goes Prasanna Rajan, who locks up the rears going on through. Suddenly trying to sneak away around. Is that one going to be another place lost here for Prasanna Rajan? The answer is no. That's a lap down Avinash Gupta. Round 6 of your IERC Junior Championship is going to bear Chef without any real worries at all. There is Amatesh Rao, 2nd position in this one. Ritesh Rai will take 3rd place come
Hello and welcome back to the 7th round of the Indian eRacing Championship presented by Mumbai Falcons. My name's Edward Hunter. We just had the junior race earlier, won by Ritesh Rai, Okayama. We're now about to see the pro race at the Charlotte Motorsports Roval, used of course for NASCAR usually, sort of road course / oval. But of course, before we get into all that, we should address the Mumbai Falcons that I mentioned just now. So, Mumbai Falcons Racing Limited are an Indian brand passionate about promoting motorsport in India, but that's not all. They're undertaking several initiatives to innovate and positively impact the entire motorsports ecosystem and its related facilities. Their overall vision, of course, is to develop supporting projects which impact motorsport and next-generation automotive developments. Another one of our sponsors, of course, as you may see on screen, Volkswagen Motorsport India. Volkswagen Motorsport aims to provide a platform for young drivers to begin professional racing and display their skills on a national level. Since then, they've produced many race drivers who progress to race internationally, of course, and that's what we all love to see, Indian drivers making it big on the world stage. Because that's the dream for all of these guys. So, we're just watching practice at the moment at the Roval in Charlotte. And you're looking at Oshan Kapadia. Side angle of him just going through the fair chicane and having a little encounter with the wall there. But as well as the racing action, we want you, the fans, of course, to get involved. Earlier, when we were watching the junior race, will know that I gave everyone a question, which was about Volkswagen Motorsport's involvement in motorsport and when they started their division in India. And now I think it's a good time to introduce our second question for the competition, which is, at which circuit did Lewis Hamilton win his 91st Formula 1 race? Of course, only a couple hours ago, he just won his 92nd, breaking the record, of course, set by the great Michael Schumacher. And that was at the Portimao in Algarve in Portugal. But he did win one before, so let us know where that was, which circuit that was, that he took his 91st Formula 1 victory, the one that put him equal with Schumacher a few weeks ago. The third and final question, but we'll introduce that in due course, of course. Speaking of the course, let's talk a bit about the the Charlotte Roval. So it was used, of course, for their 400-mile event. As you Sai Sanjay in the first corner, spectacularly wrong there. Look at that side pod jiggling around. It's dislodged there, so he got it all wrong. He re-hit the wall, and that was all she wrote, really. So back to the pits, resetting of course. So the drivers just getting tuned in ahead of course, there won't be a qualifying session, of course, because they're going to start in reverse grid order from the race they did yesterday, of course, which you may have heard Stefan commentating. But the winner of that, as we see Braden said, about another crash. So that is very much a portent of what we expect from the race. Lots of crashes, lots of incidents. And here we just cut to Ankit Roy. I have been informed yesterday it was Ankit Roy's birthday. So I'm not sure how old Ankit Roy is, but a very happy belated birthday to Ankit. Hopefully he has a good race, although with the wheel hanging up like that, it's not going to be a great day after the birthday. I guess it's not his birthday anymore, so his good luck has deserted him. So, struggling in this practice just to see what they can get away with, of course. There's going to be a reverse grid race from the race that we saw yesterday. If anyone's interested, I can just go through of course it was won yesterday by, very dominantly, by 11 seconds by Mohammed Ibrahim, I believe. And so he'll be starting at the back in the 12th position with the 12 drivers, of course. So it's the pitfall of a reverse grid race, that if you win the normal race, you're going to have to make your way back through the field, of course. So I can read out what will come up eventually when they set up the grid. But to get through who's starting where. Here we go. So, I believe pole position is going to be taken up by Amit Kuti. With second on the grid will be, just reading the first group from the results yesterday. So, second on the grid will be Karen Kalshik. Had a few incidents yesterday, finished down in 11th, but he will start second. Viswas Vijayaraj will start in third. Sauraj Yadav will start in fourth position, as we see the cars in the pit lane getting ready to be put on the grid fairly soon, I believe. Fifth on the grid will be Sohil Shah. Sixth on the grid will be Sai Sanjay, who we saw earlier, get the first corner up. Ujwal Belwaria is going to be seventh, I believe. Raghav Bajura. Sorry, I'll say that again. Raghav Bajuraja is going to be eighth. Rohit Rao is going to be ninth. Redan Somerville finished third, of course, yesterday. It's going to be 10th. Sai Prithvi finished second, of course, yesterday. He's going to be 11th. And as with Mohammed Ibrahim winning yesterday, he's going to start from the very back in 12th. So he's got a bit of a mountain to climb. I did say yesterday it was going to be a huge challenge, and I wonder if Ibrahim is going to set up the car for the oval banking, because that way you'll be able to get that would seem like the more natural overtaking spot, whereas this infield that we see Ibrahim driving through at the moment, it's going to be quite tight, twisty. It's a little harder to overtake. You just need to rely on someone making a mistake ahead of you. So I think always we see Ibrahim proving me all for having a big collision there. And yeah, I'm getting very excited. It's only practice. But we see a very instant replay of that moment. Ibrahim putting his pink car up the inside. The other car, the driver simply didn't see him and got thrown into the air there. A very nasty incident that Ibrahim will want to avoid repeating in the race, as we see the rear wheel very badly damaged there. So yeah, but that's of course part of pitfall. Starting at the very back, you can easily get involved in someone else's incident, and it can send you back to the pit lane, lose you so much time, as well as also some of these crashes can be kind of scary, especially for people who use. I don't think anyone in our series is using VR headsets, but I do know a sim racing friend of mine, Remco Major, who does use one. And to get some of the onboard footage of him driving the street circuits and things like that, it is quite a hair-raising experience. But anyway, practice has nearly elapsed now, and we will be seeing the grid form momentarily. And I'm just looking at the schedule I have. Since they're still setting up the grid at the moment, I think now would be a great time to cut to a 30-second ad break. So we'll see you on the other side of that, and hopefully be ready for the race. Well, there we go. The cars are being put into position, and it's a grid, as I mentioned earlier. Kuti on pole, on reverse grid pole. Kaushik alongside. Vijayaraj is third. Yadav is fourth. Shah is fifth. Sanjay sixth. Belwaria seventh. Vijayaraj eighth. But it's Ibrahim Khan at the very back, who's probably going to be the one. Not Ibrahim Khan. Mohammed Ibrahim. And of course, we see a couple of stragglers who didn't finish in the top 12. Of course, they started at the back. They finished at the back in the first race. They will start at the back. So the start is going to come presumably any moment now, once the cars are all in position. There we go. There's Kuti. He's made a very good getaway, but the carnage is all going to be behind him. From third down to 15th position. Kuti holds the pole for now. How long is that going to last? You see Yadav. His little battle in mid-pack. They go into the infield section. It's 3, 4 and 5. position there. Trying to keep the faster cars behind, of course. Oh, a big incident already. We see one of the front runners just crashed out dramatically. That was Kuti, the pole sitter. Here we go. What happened here? So he goes a bit. Oh, he just loses the rear end. It's a snap of oversteer, and the car twitches off into the wall and is a heaping wreck. So Kuti will be sent back to the pit lane. Whether he continues or if that's race over depends very much on him. But that is a very early bar for Kuti. Sanjay has also dropped it coming out of this is onto the oval. So this is after the chicane. And Sai Sanjay is one of the quickest drivers, to be honest. He's off the road. He's sharp, battling with the yellow machine. Oh, just about squeezing through, but the yellow machine has lost a rear wheel. Shark's going to be able to be careful not to get nothing. Oh no! Oh, now they've hit each other. Oh, and Shark finds himself facing into the barrier there, and I'm not sure exactly what happened there. It was a miscommunication. I thought Shah was clear, but the yellow car just seemed to turn into him and tag the rear wheel. And Shah, very much an innocent victim, being collected twice there. As you'd have. Fighting mid-pack there. It'll be interesting to see where our Mohammed Ibrahim has, how far up the field he's gone. This is Kalchik, who I believe is inherited the lead from all of that, having started from, of course, outside the top three. So this is all going the way of Kalchik at the moment. He's got a very healthy gap to this little fight behind between the Bajraj in fourth and a couple of cars behind him, I think, who was we saw him defending earlier. And there was a move in the background, and you can't see who that was. There we go. Oh, and that's Yadav being overtaken. Oh, is that by Mohammed Ibrahim, who's up to fifth already, just on the second lap of the race. That's very impressive by Mohammed Ibrahim to stay out of all that carnage and pick up position one by one, which is exactly the way to do it. How far can Mohammed Ibrahim get this pink car back up the order, back into the leading position that, of course, he finished in yesterday? 16 minutes left to do it. But all cars ahead of him are all going to put up a staunch defense, I imagine. And here we go. Raj. The inside into the chicane. Ibrahim is going to have to go all the way around the outside. Can he pull this one off? Yes, he can. There we go. Fabulous move. Very well set up by Mohammed Ibrahim. Let's look at the instant replay of that. Bajraj tried to hold the inside, but he didn't quite have a good enough run onto that back straight to really fight back with anything. So Ibrahim just neatly slots in front. Up to third already for Ibrahim. He's got Prithvi and, as we saw earlier, Kaushik, sorry. Just those two to take, so he's made quick work of the field. Really also seems to fancy Kaushik as well, I think. So this is going to be a great little fight between the top three here. But 5 minutes elapsed, so we've still got quite a way to run. Prithvi going on the inside of the apron, which is allowed, of course. Kaushik's doing it too, but just ahead of him. Prithvi already, if he can get into the lead, then he might have a good chance of holding off Mohammed Ibrahim for a little bit longer, but if he's stuck behind Belwaria, actually, who's leading. Sorry, I think I lost track of who was leading there. But Prithvi now takes the lead fairly easily. Belwaria sort of moved out of the way there. But Prithvi has really profited here. I think Kaushik must have crashed out when I wasn't paying attention, unfortunately. There's Oshan Kofidia, who has made his way up to sixth position in all of this carnage that we've been seeing here at Charlotte, the Roval at Charlotte. And Rout missing the rear wing. There's been a collision from behind. Just an innocent victim. Did he brake too early there, or did the car behind just plow into the back of him? Rout in a lot of grief there, and that is a big compromise to his race. It's pretty much over. But Kafidia continues on his merry way. Belwaria has got Ibrahim all over the back of him now. I have a feeling that Mohammed Ibrahim is soon going to move up to second position as we look at Yadav moving up to fourth. A good little move there into the chicane, which is a prime passing spot, of course, as it tightens up. 2 into 1 does not go into that chicane. So Yadav taking full advantage of that. There's Ibrahim. Fancy to go at Belwaria here. It's going to happen into turn 1. So before the next crazy action happens, I think we should cut to a 30-second driver prediction from Rohit Rao, who we saw in a big incident earlier. But what does he think is going to happen in the remainder of this race?
Hey guys, I am Rohit Raut, and my prediction for today's race is, as Amit starts on pole, he has a good chance of winning if he keeps it clean. Mohammad Ibrahim will charge to the field and aim for the win, but if not win, he'll finish second. Sai Prithvi will finish third. Raghav will be a good candidate in the mixture for the podium, and I'll aim for another top 5 finish for sure. Thank you.
Yeah, apologies there. We cut to Rohit Rao just as he was spinning at turn 8 and 9, I think. So unfortunate, embarrassing moment there. But Mohammed Ibrahim making another move on Belwaria into turn 1 up the inside. This time he's close enough to make it stick, and Belwaria really just didn't quite defend the inside too hard there. Perhaps he felt it was inevitable that Mohammed Ibrahim was coming in sooner rather than later, and a very clean move from Mohammed Ibrahim. And there's only one car separating him from the lead now, and he's got 12 minutes in which to pass him. So it's really down to Sanjay to hold him off now. And Mohammed Ibrahim looking like a man on a mission. Ujjwal Belwaria, I think, will be doing well just to hold on to that third position now. Just keep in the wheel tracks. And there's Sai Prithvi, sorry. Just getting these drivers' names mixed up. It's a very bad habit of mine. But Sai Prithvi looking to hold on to that lead now. It's all down to him to keep Mohammed Ibrahim out of the lead. If you look at the field there, it's Yadav down in 4th. Ahead of Kadaya. Oshan Kadaya, who's just crashed out there at the chicane. A big incident there. The entire left-hand side of the car gets wiped out. What happens here? He just bounces, flies through the air off the inside of the chicane, spins. Oh, this is a dramatic incident and a half, isn't it? But yeah, that's a big disaster for Oshan Kafadia, sorry. And Mohammed Ibrahim, meanwhile, no such troubles for him. He's rapidly closing on the side from Prithvi. Prithvi is going to come under some serious pressure in the next couple of laps. But it's really going to be quite the uphill task to hold him off, I think. Prithvi may as well throw everything he's got at it. Why not? He's got nothing to lose. He can speed through the chicane there. Very neat and tidy. Masterclass in how to do this course here from Mohammed Ibrahim at the moment, and how to negotiate slower cars. No such rule. Every time we cut to drivers behind, it seems to be when they're crashing out, unfortunately, so we're not quite seeing the best of the drivers behind at the moment, but I guess that's part of the reason why they've been so delayed and far down the field. Ibrahim is rapidly closing. He's within a second now of the leader. So Prithvi has not quite been doing enough. But Warrior starting to fade away a little bit in third. But as I said, holding on to that would be a decent achievement in itself. There's Yadav. A while back in 4th. And Godia. A little bit further back, just making his way through the race. Holding off Budhiraja. We saw him earlier on the cover. Raiden Somerville in 7th there. He's making his way out of the first corner. There's Visraz Vajraj. Oh, what could have been for him? We didn't quite see what happened to him. Way down in 8th and having to restart, of course. And I believe the leader may actually be under pressure at the moment. There's Oshan Kofidia, who we saw crashing earlier. Still, he's got going again in 9th, but oh, there's Ibrahim. turned the magnets on, as a fellow commentator of mine used to be very fond of saying. Turned the magnets on and coasted up to the back of Prithvi. So can Sai Prithvi do here in that fluorescent green Volkswagen Formula 3 machine? It seems like it's just going to be a real struggle to keep Mohammed Ibrahim behind him. Doing a solid job so far. The longer he stays in front, the better chance, of course, he has of winning this race. Mohammed Ibrahim, he definitely seems to have momentum. His lap times are still quick, but he has been able to meet them. Just keeping the gap to 7/10 of a second at the present moment. Chicane, Ibrahim gets another decent run though. Closes gradually, 10th by 10th, inch by inch, to the back of his rival. It's really going to come under pressure here. Ibrahim well in the slipstream, looks to the inside at turn 1. Oh, Prithvi almost had to go a little wide there. It's almost like he knows it's coming. What can he do? Ibrahim looking like a hungry shark here, ready to chomp that lead up. Very sharp teeth indeed. He's looking forward to using them. Sai Prithvi. Oh! You don't see a move there very often, but through goes Mohammed Ibrahim. Let's look here. So Sai Prithvi didn't get the best run out of turn 4 and into 5. Mohammed Ibrahim is just able to go down the inside. So a mistake by Prithvi lets him through, and that's just going to be so frustrating. As we see Sai Prithvi actually fighting back though, looking at the inside in the chicane. But Ibrahim a little too far forward there. So I think Ibrahim may have a slightly compromised line there, and Prithvi was trying to fight back, but a little bit too late now, and I suspect Ibrahim will now begin to pull away in the lead, and Sai Prithvi will just have to keep with him and hope something happens up front to Mohammed Ibrahim. So another driver in this race, of course, is Navneet. Let's get to know him a little better with his driver interview.
Basically, I'm a graphic designer by profession, but mostly into cars, and good to be part of ISR now. So, yeah, that's it about me. Yeah. So basically, I'm currently working with Reliance as a designer, and apart from that, also, I mean, I do T-shirts and all for automotive enthusiasts as well. So I do this brand called Den of the Driver. So that's I mean, currently it's not active, but yeah, I mean, we have been trying to push it. But yeah, I mean, that's just an enthusiast thing, but by profession, I'm a graphic designer.
Very erudite explanation and insight there from Navneet. So thanks for that. But the race continues, of course. We're watching Yadav in 4th, make his way through the chicane. Dodia has actually caught up to him. So Divyang Dodia, I think, fancies a chance at 4th place as we go into the final 6 minutes of the race. So only a couple of laps remaining now. But, Mohammed Ibrahim looking pretty settled in up front. So Prithvi, apart from that early little response he was able to do, but I think Mohammed Ibrahim made that one mistake, and that was the only opportunity Sai Prithvi was ever going to get. But you can stick with him, you never know what might happen up front, especially if they run into traffic, of course. Who's done the best job of keeping their tyres alive? Another big factor in these Formula 3 cars, of course, tyre life. Goes to the inside, and Ibrahim stays on the banking, though. Just kind of builds up some extra speed for the last chicane. Just a little love tap with the wall there for Sai Prithvi. That could have had disastrous consequences. He's pushing very hard, clearly, just to keep Mohammed Ibrahim in sight. 5 laps remaining now. So it's going to happen. It's going to happen soon for him to get back on terms with Mohammed Ibrahim. Of course, Ibrahim, having done such a great job to go from almost the very back of the field to the lead. The danger, of course, is that in that position you can get slightly complacent that you've made it, and that could open up the opportunity for Prithvi to get back in front of him. So of course Mohammed Ibrahim will want to avoid that complacent mindset and hold the lead. Look at Kafadia, still down in 9th place. It was really that dramatic off-erg that we saw earlier that did for him. This one's Rijraj in 8th, of course, just trucking along. There's Samabel, much further up the road, of course, in the infield section. And as we scroll through the field here, look at Rijraj. I think, as we see, Vajraj has had another incident there. It was very slow for some reason. As we look at Ankit Roy, who is sadly the birthday blues have set in. He's stuck in the pit lane. He is. Are we looking at? Yeah, there's Yadav going very slowly, because this is a replay, of course, of something. And now he's going again, so we're not in replay anymore. There's Mohammed Ibrahim. Yeah, he definitely seems to have pulled away from Prithvi now to the tune of 2 seconds. So it's all gone his way. Has not really put a foot wrong. Just 4 laps remain between him and victory here at the Roval in Charlotte. There's Prithvi. Got to hope that he can put pressure on Ibrahim somehow, but I just don't see it happening. And I think now would be a good time to cover our final question, of course, in our competition. And that question, of course, relates very strongly to what we're watching on screen at the moment. The question is, which car is being used in the Volkswagen Virtual Racing Championship? Those are the 3 questions as we look at Kafadir. The green car just making his way through the infield section. 3 laps to go. Doesn't seem to be too much action going on track at the moment, sadly, but we have seen some brilliant performances, some big crashes too, must be said. Brutal Mohammed Ibrahim has kept his head while others have lost theirs. There's Dodia, who's lost a few positions. He's had a bit of an incident there. We've seen him quite slowly. Not sure exactly what happened there, but Dodia hit trouble because he was in 5th earlier on. He's dropped to 6th, which is not great news for him. It's all good news at the moment. Despite missing the first 2 rounds, he admitted yesterday that he was very surprised to be in such a dominant position as he is in this championship. And seeing his performance today, it's not hard to see why. He's got so many more points than the rest of the field in this series. A real star of not just the future, but the present, as we can see at the moment. And it's a joy to watch his driving. Just 2 laps now, this one and another, separate him from victory, of course. He goes a little wide there. But this is him trying to get absolute maximum braking track limits just a tiny bit. I think he'll get in trouble for that one. But 2.3 is the bit to Prithvi at the moment. 2.4 even, as I say that. So Prithvi gradually losing touch. And we'll have to make do with 2nd, unfortunately, which is still not bad. I mean, beating everyone except for Mohammed Ibrahim. So there's nothing to sniff at. It's a very, very solid performance by Prithvi, giving all he's got, just coming up short in terms of the race victory. Bit we saw him give it a little tap on the wall there, but this time he gives it a wide berth. And absolute sense, just no sense risking it when Mohammed Ibrahim is so far ahead, I guess. So just a few corners left now. The race will be over. We've seen some great action today, but sadly coming to a close. So Mohammed Ibrahim, though, nothing sad about this. He's going to be over the moon when he crosses that line. Oh, a spin! The car spun out there on the exit of the entrance to the banking for the back straight, but he avoids it. I hope the others were as well behind him, but able to avoid him. That is. And Mohammed Ibrahim reacted a cat-like reaction. He was able to nip to the inside and stay out of trouble. Something which he's done all race. Let's be honest. So he goes through the banking. Only one chicane left to negotiate now. Mohammed Ibrahim is going to take a superb reverse grid victory, having started 12th on the grid. But it's all come his way. He crosses the line, and it's victory for Mohammed Ibrahim at the Charlotte Roval, with Sai Privy actually closing a little bit at the end, but not quite enough on that final lap, sadly. Ujwal Belwaria, he's 10 seconds down in third place, but a solid performance by him. He'll be happy with that podium, I imagine. Swaraj Yadav is going to come home in fourth place, of course. A very quiet race for him, but again, he mostly stayed out of trouble, and that's why he's finished so high up. There's Rakav Budhiraja bringing it home in fifth position. And we're going to get interviews fairly shortly, hopefully with the top three, of course. Interested to hear their thoughts on the race. There's Raiden Samavel coming home in sixth, just behind, having a little spin. Whoa! Ending in style. There's Dodia. He fell to seventh in the end. That will be frustrating for him. There's Oshan Kofadia, just about to come home in ninth. So a disappointing race for Kofadia as well. I believe he's the last one on the lead lap there. Perhaps the last finisher on the road too. Yep, there we go. So here's your order, your finishing order at the Charlotte Roval for the seventh round of the Indian eRacing Championship by IR Esports. So Mohammed Ibrahim wins by 7/10 of a second, but I think, to be fair, Mohammed Ibrahim was slowing down, delayed a little on that final lap. Sai Privy in second, Ujjwal Balarias third, Suraj Yadav fourth, Raghav Budharija fifth, Raiden Samvel sixth, Divyang Dodia seventh, Viswes Vajraj in eighth, Osham Kofadia in ninth, Rohit Raut in 10th, Karan Kaushik 11th, and Sohil Shah 12th, and of course the others all failing to reach the checkered flag. In fact, Kaushik and Shah failed as well, actually, because Raut was the last finisher 2 laps down. But anyway, I think it's time to interview our winner. Mohammed Ibrahim joins us in the commentary box. Mohammed, what a superb victory from 12th on the grid. Yesterday you said it was going to be difficult, but today you made it look very, very easy, it must be said. Was it easy?
Yeah, hello everyone. It was definitely not easy because especially the tires go off massively, so it's quite difficult to keep the car under control. And overtaking around here is absolutely deadly because if you make a small mistake, you're in the wall.
Yeah. How was that first lap for you? Because there was chaos going on all around you. How did you stay out of it? How did you stay out of trouble?
I basically said to myself, just stay where you are. Don't make any moves because I have the pace to go forward. So I said make use of that instead of taking too much risk on the first lap.
And there was a bit of Sai Privy made a mistake going wide, which allowed you to go through. But we saw on the stream Sai Privy fighting back a little bit. Was that a worrying moment for you?
No, it was not a worry because I just knew if I get the track position, it should be more than enough. As I caught him quite quickly and I made a good move on him, which was quite nice.
So that's more a brilliant performance by you, and more points in the championship, of course. So all going your way so far, Mohammed, and it must be said, well done, and thanks for talking to us.
I would really like to thank everyone who has been part of the championship, IR Esport, Mumbai Falcons, the commentators, and everyone who's watching. And I would like to thank everyone, and it's been a pleasure to be part of the championship.
No problem, Ibrahim. You enjoy the victory now. Let's talk to our second place finisher. Sai Privy joins us now. So Sai, so near yet so far, I guess. Only 7/10 behind at the end, but did you feel that Ibrahim was always going to catch you when he was closing in the second half of the race?
Well, yeah, I knew Ibrahim would catch me eventually and pass me. I just wanted to do everything I could, take it one lap at a time and try to hold him off as much as possible and do my best. That's all.
So there was a lot of carnage ahead of you, of course. The Pulsar Kuti crashed out at the beginning, and you were able to capitalize on the mistakes of others to get into the lead. And how difficult was that to keep your head while all around you were losing theirs?
Yeah, you're right. So I had to drive really, really cautiously like yesterday. And I just hope it was actually a lot cleaner than I expected. I expected more people to crash on lap one. It was relatively clean as compared to previous races. So I guess that's an improvement overall from all of us drivers.
So Mohammed already told us about the overtake maneuver and you coming back at him a little bit. Describe it from your perspective. You made a mistake in the infield section, but then started to come back approaching the chicane, but couldn't quite get close enough to get back in front. It looked like.
Yeah, I knew Ibrahim had the pace, so I just wanted to make my car as wide as possible. I didn't want to, just let him go easily. I wanted to give my best. That's all.
Well, you held on for as long as you could. A decent performance, and second place is your reward. So I think we've got. I don't think our third place finisher Baladra is here to join us, but we have got Divyang Dodia waiting for an interview. So let's talk to Divyang Dodia, the seventh place finisher. Divyang didn't quite go to plan for you, unfortunately. Describe the race from your point of view.
It was pretty good at the start. Happened to go through all the crashes and mishaps that happened around me. I made myself back into P5, which was kind of a redemption from what happened yesterday. I was running a good P4 yesterday before I ran into somebody's crash car, so I was pretty happy, but I know something has to do with the final few laps. I think I saw the gap coming down between me and the guy at P4, so I went for it and flipped the curb on the chicane, and yeah, lost 2 places from there on. But it was a good redemption drive, but not the best. I would have been very happy with P5, but P7 is still better than what happened yesterday.
Yeah, unlucky to have that crash happen to you, but still some great pace and a lot of positives for you to take away from this race.
Oh, definitely. The practice helped me a lot. The best thing I wanted to do today, and that was just to keep the pace, run around a medium track time, not trying too hard or not being too slow. Just kept it consistent, and that helped me a lot.
Okay, thanks for talking to us, Divyang.
Right,
so we've got time, I think, for one more interview with Ujwal Belwaria. So Ujwal Belwaria joins us now, the third place finisher. Oh, does he join us? He's still there. Someone else left. Sorry.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, sorry about that. So Ujwal, you probably didn't expect to be leading the race, especially not as quickly as you did. How was that from your perspective?
I mean, from yesterday's race, I knew it's pretty much about surviving the first couple of laps. I was sure some people are gonna crash out in the front, so I just kept it clean. And then Prithvi and Ibrahim caught up pretty quickly. And when they caught up, I didn't try giving them too much of a fight. I knew they were faster, so just let them by and then just controlled my pace, tried to keep it clean throughout, not crash out of the chicane, and yeah, ended P3.
Yeah, it's such a dangerous track. How scary is it going through that chicane every time? Because we've seen so many incidents through there and also in the infield too.
Yeah, the thing with the infield is you can control it pretty well. Like if you make a mistake, you can recover from that. But with the chicane, like because it's so high speed, if you get it slightly wrong, it's.
Oh, so we just lost Ujwal Bawaria there. So unfortunately, we won't get to hear the end of his answer there because we're running out of time. But I think I would just like, before we leave, I would like to thank the race director, Severin, for doing such a great job. And thanks to all of you watching, of course, at home, watching the Indian eRacing Championship, which is, of course, presented to you by Mumbai Falcons, and I could mention our other sponsor, Volkswagen India. So I've really enjoyed commentating today, and yeah, so we'll join you next time whenever our next we next join up for round 8, of course. So thanks for watching. See you soon, and bye for now.
Sunday. Mohammed Ibrahim has got the whole shot in with turn number one time. Ibrahim, exactly where he wants to be. At the front of the field. Sunday there in second position. Wide goes to the corner, trying to gather back up again. And under pressure now here for third place. Goes down the long and stretch. Straight in. Run fights it out for sixth place as well. Down inside of Pompadilla. Make sure that he's in position right now. Pompadilla goes off the circuit. Someone's gone far off the circuit. Got a big bit of contact in the background there. Who on earth was that? Around himself. Into a whole heap of trouble. Someone's going straight to that Darren Project. I think it was right Samaravell. Sixth in the end. Went off. Spinner in the background as well. As that is both right up to the Raja and the Warrior. And it's got as well. At the back of the pack. So Raja loses it trying to gather the car back up on circuit. Outside Brisby though in sixth. Trying to get through sixth position right now. This is a prime place to get it done. On the back straight down into the corner and down the inside. That is right now. Outside Brisby. There is a chance to come back. Back straight, right, locked up, goes wide. Little close together, catches on replay. You can see gets right up underneath, jams on the brakes, locks the inside front, and builds all momentum moving through to Brookwood's corner, but able to keep this race going the way that he would want to right now. Side Frisbee knows he needs to stuff back. Saran is making mistakes, and those behind Godia now is going to be a sitting duck for Kara Kochik, who's going to go to the inside here to try and pick up this move. Raghav Gudaraj is not close enough to really capitalize, and on the inside, what can Dini and Godia do to defend on the outside? Hard to the pit wall, and Frisbee will have to go the long way round to make this one happen. Brilliant defense there by Saeed Saran, using the road, taking the line away from Saeed Frisbee, and ultimately choking him out of the position effectively. And now the Rajan Kumar wants it. He's not going to give up on a fourth position either. Here in terms of this battle to go on through. This is Mohammed Ibrahim won't mind. He's going to pick up the race victory here and gets his seventh of the season. It's going to be Sunday who holds on to second and third. They start right now. Great start from the number 10 at the front of the field, getting exactly what was wanted. A DJ, pulls away at the front. You can see them all fanning, looking for gaps as they go towards the brakes of turn one. Very easy to get this one wrong, and someone's already gone in the background there, about mid-pack, and they start to fall into troubles in the middle to the lane. Someone's gone off there at turn one and is able to get it back together again. Oh my goodness me, Shanak Manchol has completely T-boned Sidar Snell. Surely you have to call the safety car for a huge incident like that. Redemption Dart in third position. He'll want to get as close as possible, but he runs wide into the gravel there on the exit of turn 3. Way too easy to do, and all of a sudden, around the outside goes Amatesh Rao, and into third place then. Getting that one just like that. Going there. That is Devjit Duck falling back into ninth position. Has completely missed his braking point, it seems, at turn 6 and has gone into the grass, trying to bring this one back. We're catching that on too slow-mo, but now back out back on the circuit and away again. In fact, they go through. They're lucky they. Oh no, there it is. Bang! Hard into the wall. Both of them go. Both of them out of the race. Just like that, they got spooked by Dushan rejoining onto the circuit. They both had to get in nice and close. There was a bit of contact side pod to front left tyre, and then ultimately trying to take the racing line wasn't clear. Yash Kara and bang into the conference all hard. Kara, they going towards turn 5 and then turn 6. It looks like the is taking very narrow lines everywhere and defending every corner. Make the car as wide as possible. Hold on from now to the end. Bearshad doesn't mind that though. We'll look around. Surely you feel to get this all working. There is traffic in front, who's in 10th position, but now on the brakes they go. It looks like he has done enough, but Chef's going to go up and under here. Trying to pick it up, no! Contact between the pair, and they both go up and over. Bear Chef will take the lead, just like that. The contact was there, you felt it was going to happen. He was trying to go up and under. It looked like he wanted to try and cover it off. No, he'd already lost it then, and an instant bystander was Bear Chef. So Chef takes the race lead. Amatesh Rao now up in second. The DJ yeah, it looks like he's without the front wing. And it needs a great run, and he's found it. That was a mistake. Running wide and retest right through the day here for him. He has lost out the podium to one Prasanna Rajan, who has driven a wonderful race here at this moment. Final lap starts then for everybody right now to go on through. They're definitely begging the truck to go through, and that's not ideal. Round goes Prasanna Rajan, who locks up the rears going on through. Suddenly trying to sneak away around. Is that one going to be another place lost here for Prasanna Rajan? The answer is no. That's a lap down. Avinash Gupta. Round 6 of your IERC Junior Championship is going to bear chef without any real worries at all. There is Amitesh Rao, second position in this one. Ritesh Rai will take third place. Come here at the wonderful Silverstone circuit here. It's a classic layout. Are we in for a classic race as it starts right now? Raghav Buddharaja got an absolutely storming start there off of the front as everyone looks to funnel through. It's already too wide here in the middle as they go in towards Cox for the very first time, and it looks like they're all nicely and clean. That's Mohammed Ibrahim going to Narnia and back, I do believe that is. Then struggling to get it all sorted together. He gets it back, but that would have been a little bit of a scary moment off the start. They're still too wide to go on through. I think that's Cy Prithvi gaining a place there, moving on through, and that's Gophadia slow. I do believe that is, and that's Prithvi off the circuit, so that's not exactly what's needed. Well, someone's off the circuit at least. Here going on through, and someone's been to the background. Bang! Very aggressive start down the hill, through bridge, side by side. Oh no! Oh no! 3 off. 3 straight off. Prithvi is one of them. And I believe the others who got caught in that one, Rajan Kumar, missed consistency. And I believe that's B. Cavan as well getting caught involved. So 3 drivers all running into troubles at the bridge. And a lot of drivers out already. Sai Sanjay, B. Cavan, both out, missing tyres. They'll be taking tows and getting themselves a chance to go back through. 1 lap already being anyway. Raghav Buddharaja leads this event, but Mohammed Ibrahim is going to be chasing. The gap is 4 seconds at the moment. At the front, oh no, this was Vijay Raj and someone upside down as well. This is the moment it happened. Goes around there at Luffield, trying to get the car going. Who has run into him at that moment in time? It didn't look good at all. I think it's Swaraj Yadav, it is, who has gone up and over the top of Vishwash Vijay Raj, just about joining cleanly, then through, and this is going to be awkward. There's contact. They go on through. Round goes Medarata, and he will take with him one Sai Saran, who was looking to be far too aggressive through Stowe Corner, and that was always going to end in an accident like that. The back unsettled, no grip left, and bang! Into the side, both Metarata and Saul across the straight, trying to work it out, but it won't matter for Mohammed Ibrahim. He's going the long way round trying to hold this. Has he got enough drive off of the exit? Oh, you bet he has. Mohammed Ibrahim around the outside of Raghav Buddharaja to take the race lead away, and that will be the moment where I doubt that he will be caught. Got a nose at the inside, and they'll have to go too wide through Gott. Oh, there's contact. He's bumped him off. Ryden Samravel off into the outskirts then of Cox Corner. Rejoins on circuit and the inside. Oh, that's brave. That was late and brave from Ryden Samravel, and he absolutely nails the move. He does run a little bit too deep though, and this is going to make things a little bit awkward, but the move is comfortably made. Averting for Mohammed Ibrahim. Every time he's won the race on Saturday, he's gone from 12th to win the race on Sunday. It's his 8th win of the season, and Mohammed Ibrahim is romping towards the title. Raghav Buddharaja will be happy. It will be second position for him, and Amit Kuti can only manage third. He got held up a lot by Karan Kolchik.